Om Shanti, are everyone happy? Recently, Sathya Sai Baba's centenary celebration took place in Puttaparthi. Actress Aishwarya Rai spoke at the event. She spoke about his fame and the many good things he said. She highlighted concepts based on the 3 Ds: determination, discipline, and devotion. She mentioned the great dedication shown to society through him, such as opening free hospitals with world-class facilities. Similarly, he opened many universities. Besides this, he provided drinking water facilities to people in neighboring states. Thus she spoke of his fame. Notably, his slogan was, "Love all, serve all." Sathya Sai Baba is said to have stated that hands that serve are more sacred than lips that pray. This is actually a belief spoken in all spiritual movements, except the Brahma Kumaris. It sounds fascinating to hear, but only by removing that charm can you understand if what is fascinating is always true. Finally, she said something. It is unknown whether Sathya Sai Baba said it, or Aishwarya Rai herself. She stated that there is only one caste in the world, the caste of humanity. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. Lastly, there is only one God, and He is omnipresent. It is doubtful whether anyone else has provided such a massive service, especially free hospitals and free education, at the level of Sathya Sai Baba. To perform this service, one does not necessarily need to be a spiritual person, or even believe in God. A good heart and a willingness to help others are enough. But the name Sathya Sai Baba means Satyam, truth, Sai, God, Iriyavan, and Baba, Father. This means true divine Father, implying, I am God. This is also the meaning of Sadguru. When they say God is omnipresent, they look upwards, implying He is only above, not everywhere. The concept of God being omnipresent primarily comes from Hindu beliefs. Because of the free education and medical facilities He provided, He certainly accumulated merit, punyam, and will be born in the next life with a good, healthy body, intelligence, and in a wealthy family. But what benefit do the devotees who served Him receive? There will be no benefit whatsoever, as they were not worshipping God. They were worshipping a man. The service He performed was physical. To spiritual. Spiritual service is that which is done for the soul. He says that hands that serve are superior to lips that pray. But physical hands cannot perform spiritual service. They can only perform physical service, like helping others or building structures. I attended his birthday events twice. He read the Gita and spoke some things, but he did not prepare anyone to speak in that manner. In his gatherings, bhajans would take place. He would sit and perform some magic tricks, like taking out a lingam, sacred ash, vibhuti, or a gold chain. This is all hand magic. However he does it, it is not spiritual. It will not bring any benefit to the soul. The soul has accumulated much sin in previous births. Virtue brings its reward, but sin brings punishment. That sin cannot be destroyed by following the path suggested by Sathya Sai Baba, Isha, Yoga, Sadguru, Raghavendra, or any other person, or by performing any kind of devotion, visiting temples, fasting, or carrying kavadi. No devotion can prevent the soul from descending from its state. If instead of stopping the descent, the soul is uplifted, that is true spiritual service. That spiritual service, the path for the soul's advancement, can only be accomplished by the Father of souls, Shiv Baba, God alone. God has been present for nearly 90 or 100 years. Yet we continue to sing the praises of humans. We don't even know that God has arrived. Sathya. Sai Baba claims he was born as Krishna Rama and Shirdi Sai Baba. Whether this is true or false is secondary. But being born like that means he has not progressed, as the era is getting worse. If he is born in every worsening era, the soul is not advancing. It is moving toward a lower state, where one must suffer, if he cannot protect himself from this cycle of birth and death. The soul's descent. How can he protect others? All Swamis say, "Don't worry, I will take care of you. Even if you die, I will take care of you." He does not know what God looks like. If he knew, he would have diverted people toward God and instructed them on how to remember him, and he would not have needed to perform magic to prove he was God. Magic is not needed to say that there is another God whom you should remember. Some politicians keep people around just to praise them. A practice common since the time of kings. Sathya. Sai Baba did the same. When he sat for bhajans, they sang his glory, not God's, and he listened for hours. What is the difference between him and a politician? Aishwarya Rai said, "There is only one caste, one religion, one language, and one God." She was right, but she does not know its meaning or depth. If there is only one language, the language of the heart, does that mean no other language should be spoken? She herself spoke in English. So, is that not a language? It sounds appealing, but it lacks meaning. We could say the language of the heart is the true language, or the supreme language. But if there is only one language, where did the other languages go? Similarly, if there is only one religion, the religion of love, are there no other religions? Or is she speaking atheism, suggesting no religion is needed? Just be loving. Caste means division. So, how can division be one? As mentioned, her statement is true, but she lacks the depth of understanding. This means that at one time, these words were true. Leaving aside caste, there was only one religion, the religion of love. This is what we call the Adi Sanatan Devi Devta, Dharma, the ancient eternal deity. Religion. This existed 5,000 years ago on this very land of Bharat. At that time, Bharat was the only world. All other countries were below sea level. That is why in the Mahabharata and Ramayana, there is no mention of other religions or countries. The real name is not Hindu. At one time, India was called Hindustan. Thus, those who lived in Hindustan were called Hindus, just as people living in Kerala are called Keralites. How can Keralites be the name of a religion? Similarly, Hindu was not the name of a religion. The Adi Sanatan Devi Devta Dharma means the eternal religion of deities that originated in the beginning, because at that time, the land of Bharat was heaven, Swarg. It is said that the lion and cow drink water together. That is how the land of Bharat was. The humans who lived there are the deities that Hindus worship today. By building temples, they are not gods. They are individuals with divine qualities whom we call deities, devatas. For the first 2,500 years, this land of Bharat remains heaven. At the end of those 2,500 years, the population of Bharat was 33 crores. That is why those who live there are referred to in the path of devotion as the 33 Krantur deities. After 2,500 years, this same earth changes into hell, Narak. Why does heaven become hell? Because there is no sin in heaven. That is the difference between heaven and hell. They do not know what lust, kama, anger, krodha, attachment, greed, or ego are. Eating meat is done neither by humans nor even by animals. In the first chapter of the Bible, Genesis, it is stated on the first page that plants were created as food for humans and all living beings. It does not state that animals were created as food. That is how it was then. Even the tiger and lion ate only grass. Nowadays we say colloquially that a tiger will not eat grass even if hungry, but that is not true. It only ate grass then. Even now, sometimes on YouTube we see scenes of tigers, lions, and dogs eating plants or grass. Even those who say they cannot live without non-vegetarian food will eat grass. Recently, people in Palestine ate it, having nothing else, taking grass and eating it without even water to clean it. Such a situation will come at the end of Kali Yuga. Why? Because Kali Yuga is ending, and the Satyuga heaven is coming. This happens to make people worthy of it. Not everyone will come to heaven, but even in hell, the practice of eating meat recently arrived in India. When I was young, meat shops did not exist at all. One had to search for them now. Here it is difficult to find a vegetarian shop. It has changed that way. These are recent changes. When we come to hell, we enter body consciousness, but in heaven souls remain in soul consciousness. The soul means life. It shines like a star between the eyebrows. That is why the practice of wearing a dot, tilak, here exists. That soul sees through the eyes, speaks through the mouth, and does everything. The consciousness, I am the imperishable soul, is always present in heaven. They see each other as souls, and their attention does not go toward the body. That is why, even though men and women are so beautiful, they do not know what lust or love is. Marriage happens. A child is born, but not because of lust. When the husband and wife desire an heir, the wife becomes pregnant. This is how everyone is born in heaven. In memory of this, the Bible also mentions that Jesus was born without lust. After 2,500 years, the soul forgets its power. Just as a cell phone charge gradually decreases, when the soul's power diminishes, it gets caught in external attraction and begins to stumble. Then, body consciousness arises. The soul then tries to achieve bliss through sensual pleasure. The true quality of the soul is bliss. As long as there is no body consciousness, bliss is constantly experienced from within, which is why they did not try to obtain bliss through sensory pleasure. That is why thoughts like lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego do not arise. They live for 150 years. There is not even a small headache. They are so healthy. Sathya, Sai Baba built hospitals for the sick, but God creates a world without any disease. The job of God is to show the path to that world. Doing magic or building hospitals is not God's job, because humans do those things. God is needed to do the work that humans cannot do. The soul does not know the true path about God. The soul does not know the true path about God. It is known only when He Himself comes and tells it. God comes in the body of an elderly person in the last year. He is not born in a mother's womb. He comes and says, "You are the soul." Like a star between the eyebrows. And I am also a soul, but I have never been born in a mother's womb. That is why we worship only Shiva in the form of a lingam, meaning the form of the soul. He is like a star in the coppery light world. We call him Allah and Parampita, Supreme Father. God is one, which is true, but to say that Krishna, Rama, the goddesses, and Jesus are all one is incorrect. They are not God, so how can they be one? Sathya, Sai Baba's statement that God is one and He is omnipresent is wrong. He does not know. We are impure, Tamil Pradhan, in Kali Yuga. So we do not have the power to think. We only know when God tells us. God is located in the coppery light world, which Hindus call Paramam, and Christians call heaven. Christians refer to Him as the Supreme Father in heaven, not the Supreme Father who is omnipresent. Even when speaking of Krishna, they refer to Him as Vaikuntha Vasa, not the omnipresent one. But Krishna is not God. He is the first prince in heaven, where a king-queen rule takes place. The first king and queen are Lakshmi Narayan. When Krishna ascends the throne, his name becomes Narayan, and Radha's name becomes Lakshmi. This lineage of Lakshmi Narayan rules in the first era, Satyuga, Golden Age, which is 1,250 years long. However, the Vedas written by humans contain millions of years, written haphazardly, but each era is only 1,250 years, totaling only 5,000 years. In Satyuga, the kingdom of 8 Narayans takes place, meaning 8 generations. Narayan's son is the next Narayan, and so on. The different women whom these 8 Narayans marry are called the Ashta Lakshmis, 8 Lakshmis. Similarly, in Treta Yuga, Silver Age, there are 12 Ramas and Sitas. No Rama's wife was kidnapped. Such things did not happen in reality. The Ramayana and Mahabharata did not actually happen. These are like the saying that the Ramayana happens in every house at the end of Kali Yuga, where cheating and banishment over property occur. Here, the story is the same. Banished from heaven, needing to regain heaven. Banished from the kingdom, needing to regain the kingdom. The path to achieving this is missing, but the wandering in the forest remains. That forest is the forest of Kali Yuga, which is essenceless at this time. God teaches us to lose everything, since Kali Yuga is going to be destroyed anyway. If you try to achieve things now, your demonic qualities will increase. Over the last 2,500 years, while acquiring kingdoms, we fought, killed, and accumulated so much sin. All that sin must be completely destroyed. How is it destroyed? God says, "Feel that you are the soul and forget the body, knowing you are the soul." You must constantly remember the Father of souls, Shiv Paramatma, with the mind's eye. As you continue to remember, the soul becomes pure. Has any Swami or religion taught this path? No, because all religions were created by humans. God did not create any religion. God creates the Adi Sanatan Devi Devta Dharma in the last year and makes us worthy of heaven by giving us knowledge. God changes us now to be like how we were in heaven, without lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego. All those vices only come when there is body consciousness. We must forget the body itself. The feeling, I am the soul, must remain. There must be awareness that the soul sees through the eye, speaks through the mouth. Aishwarya Rai also says soul. But neither she nor Sathya, Sai Baba explained where the soul is, how to realize it. This is not found in any religion. If it were, God would not have needed to come. Now God comes and says, realize that you are the soul. And constantly remember the Father of souls, Shiv Paramatma, who is like a star in the coppery light world. As you continue to remember, the soul is filled with power. Lust, kama, is called the great enemy in the Gita. Its true meaning is that by falling into lust, the soul loses the most power. God is teaching the path to conquer it. By conquering lust, we regain all the wealth we lost over 5,000 years. That is the path of the soul's advancement. That is the art of ascending. Until now we were going down in the art of descending. No matter how much devotion we do, the soul gains no benefit. All that remains is wandering from one temple to another. Kashi, Ramaswaram, this Swami, that Swami. When the Swamis themselves do not know about God, what can we learn by following them? God did not come to perform magic, give gold, or cure disease. He came to transform the entire world into heaven, where there is no mention of disease or sorrow. This knowledge is understood only by those who were deities in heaven, and have now taken rebirth and are present in all religions, they will understand. Make effort. Conquer lust, anger, attachment, greed, and return to heaven. If you have listened to such a long video for so long, it is definitely because you were a deity of heaven that you have the patience to watch and have understood it. If you belong to another belief, you might not change immediately. But if you listen to this and go to sleep, your sleep will be disturbed. Then you can realize that you are a divine soul. Others will not watch even for 2 minutes. They will leave. God says that the true Mahatmas, great souls, are those born in heaven. They do not know what lust is. Their birth was not even due to lust. If you take Sathya, Sai Baba Valalar, Shirdi Sai Baba, or anyone, they were all born in hell through lust. How can they be called Mahatmas? This knowledge is understood only by those who are deities in heaven. They will understand. Make effort. Conquer lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego, and return to heaven. If you have listened to such a long video for so long, it is definitely because you were a deity of heaven that you have the patience to watch and have understood it. God says that the true Mahatmas, great souls, are those born in heaven. True spiritual service is giving the message. Know that you are the soul. Remember the Father of Souls, Shiv Paramatma. Destroy your sins. Not physically building structures or providing water. That all counts as merit. The soul gains no benefit from it if it continues to descend in subsequent births. Now the soul is about to change upwards into heaven. You must take birth there. A person is born as Krishna, and after taking many rebirths in his last birth, when he has forgotten who he is and is ordinary, Shiv Paramatma enters his body and says, "You were Narayan, and you are going to become like that again?" Because he does not know his previous birth. This is the subject expressed in the Gita. You and I exist forever. Both are imperishable souls, but you do not know your previous birth. I know it, although it is shown there that Krishna said it. It is actually Shiv Paramatma speaking through the body, taken by the soul, who was Krishna in its last birth. He speaks not just to him, but to everyone through his body. God says that you were the deities of heaven in Satyuga. In the subsequent Treta Yuga, you become Kshatriyas. In the next era, you become Vaishyas. Now you are Shudras. This is the secret of the 4 Varnas. The head of Vishnu is shown as deities, the chest as Kshatriyas, the stomach as Vaishyas, and the feet as Shudras. This Virat Roop is also in the Bible, where the head is gold, the chest silver, the stomach bronze, the legs iron, and the feet are a mixture of rusty iron and clay. A stone falls from above and shatters the form completely, which signifies the destruction of the world. Think about the Gita being spoken on a battlefield. Is it possible to speak it on a battlefield? The battle here must be fought against the 5 vices: lust, anger, greed, and ego, which are in men. The combined form of these 5 vices present in women is the 10-headed Ravana. The Sita, who is the soul, is imprisoned by him today. To burn that Ravana, you must realize you are the soul and constantly remember God. Forgetting body consciousness means you are burning Ravana. Body consciousness allows lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego. Ravana, when the feeling, "I am not the body, I am the soul," is stable, your attention naturally goes toward the soul. If your attention naturally goes toward the soul, between the eyebrows, while speaking to others, it means you have completely conquered body consciousness. When that stage is reached, Kali Yuga is destroyed and changes into Sat Yuga. The religion of love that Aishwarya Rai spoke of is the Dharma that exists in heaven. The Adi Sanatan Devi Devta Dharma is the religion of love. The religions that come after that are all religions of confusion. When one religion comes, it comes by saying that the previous religion was wrong. Then how can they be united? Next she says, only one language, the language of the heart. This can be taken in two meanings: a heartfelt language, without hiding anything, a stainless language that exists only in heaven. And there they speak only one language. To speak the truth, only Hindi will be there, because the area that is now Delhi will change into heaven, and everything else will be destroyed. That Hindi language will continue for the next 2,500 years. There will be one language there. This means it will be the language of the heart. What they think in their mind, they speak. If they knew this depth, they would not have sung the praise of humans. They would have gone to a Brahma Kumari center and sung the praise of God and revealed God. When they say God is one and He is omnipresent, why do they look up? God is the Father of all of us. If the worldly Father who gave this body were everywhere, what great ignorance that would be. Similarly, saying God is everywhere. They say this because they do not know what God has given. He gave heaven itself. We gradually emptied that heaven and turned it into a world useless for anything today. God comes to fill everything again. There are many reasons for worshipping deities. One is that they make an effort to make this earth heaven. Everyone else enjoys the remaining part of that heaven. They express thanks to them. The deities of heaven are the ancestors of those who exist now. God says that you were the deities of heaven. He is not saying you are God in Sat Yuga. You were the deities of heaven. In the subsequent Treta Yuga, you become Kshatriyas. In the next era, you become Vaishyas. Now you are Shudras. This is the secret of the four Varnas. Because the Gita explained those four Varnas differently, people did not understand. That is why they are afraid to mention religion. This is why Rajamouli said, I will not accept the Hindu faith, I will accept the Dharma. When the soul's power is full, they are deities. When it decreases slightly, they are Kshatriyas. When it decreases further, they are Vaishyas. When it decreases even more, lust, anger, and selfishness increase. If we hold on to that God, remember Him according to His path, and destroy the sin of the soul, we can go to the heaven with one religion and one language. As Aishwarya Rai said, but if such a God is omnipresent, how will you believe that God has come? That is why people are deceived by following Swami's God comes at the end. They expect that Vishnu will come as Kalki Bhagwan at the end, or Jesus will come for the second coming. No one born in a mother's womb is God. If they are born in a mother's womb, they will definitely die. God neither takes birth nor dies. God comes in the body of an elderly person and gives this knowledge. He prepares us by giving knowledge, takes everyone to Paramdam, supreme abode. Only if we are worthy of coming to heaven before going to Paramdam do we start taking birth little by little. Only those who are 100% worthy take birth initially. As the worthiness decreases, we take birth a little later. God is one. He comes only once. His path is also one. That is the only path to heaven. All other paths are merely the paths of devotion that exist in hell, full of confusion, meaning paths that cannot save you from hell. Om Shanti means I am the soul. Shanti means peace, as you know. The true quality of the soul is peace. When lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego come, that peace goes away. The battle here is that whatever happens, I will not lose my peace. This is the war that happens in the mind. We attain the kingdom of heaven by winning this war. This is what is written as the Mahabharata war, the war against Ravana in the Ramayana, and the holy war in the Quran. And it is not a war against humans. The knowledge or Murli, given by God, is available completely free of cost in all Brahma Kumaris, Rajayoga meditation centers, and on websites. Thanks for watching.